Hello everybody, my name is Edgar Bustillos, and I'm going to be presenting the building analysis solution using PowerBI. So, let's get right into it. I'll be walking you through the analysis solution I built in Microsoft Power BI using our Canyon sales data. The goal of this project was to take our sales data from our data warehouse and turn it into a clear visual insight that we can actually use to make our business decisions. Over the next few minutes, I'll show you the four charts I created and break down the units sold through various angles. And I'll walk you through the calendar table I built to support a deeper analysis over time. So let's jump right into it. Before we dive into the numbers, here's a quick overview of what the solution involves. Power BI is a Microsoft interactive data visualization and analytics tool. It lets us pull data from a wide range of sources and build dashboards that track the metrics we care about the most. For this topic, I loaded our Canyon Sales data warehouse, which is organized around a central sales fact table surrounded by four supporting dimensions. Those four dimensions include the product, the calendar, the store, and the customers. From this model, I built four bar charts to visualize units sold, and then I used a feature called Data Analysis Expression, or DAX, to create a calendar table. I'll present each of these the way I present them in a working meeting, like with a key takeaway from each one. So let's jump right into the first bar chart. We're going to start with units sold by product name. What you're looking at here is every product in our catalog range from the highest number of units sold down to the lowest. This is a clear story that our 10 products are leading the way. Um, the medium tent, the tiny tent, and the biggie tent occupy the top of the rankings, and they're driving the majority of our unit movement. In the middle of the pack, we have our cozy sock, and towards the bottom, we see the Dura boot and easy boot and the Zzz bag, which are moving the fewest units for, which is moving the fewest units. For our team, this tells us that the tent line is actually the real engine of our unit sales, and the other products are contributing less. This is useful when we think about where to focus our inventory and our promotions. We can lean into what we're already selling well and make a closer take a closer look at why the other performers are lagging behind. Next, we're going to take a look at units sold by year. This chart summarizes our total sales volume by the yearly level. It shows 43 units sold in the year 2024. Presenting the data this way gives us a clean top line number for the year, a single figure that management can use as a reference point, a more of a setting a, a medium or mean, and and rolling everything up into an annual level like this is helpful because it strips away the day-to-day noise and gives us a general baseline. As we bring it in more data over time, this same view will let us track how our sales are trending from one year to the next. The next graph here displays products and time to geography. This chart shows units sold by region name and how we operate across two regions. We have the tri-state and Chicagoland. Our tri-state came in with the higher unit volume, and Chicagoland followed closely behind. But what actually really stands out is how balanced these two regions are. Neither one is dominating our sales. The demand is spread fairly across both teams and within our footprint. For the team, that balance is actually good information, and it helps us think about how we stock our staff and market in each area. If you wanted to grow, this is a good starting point for deciding where there's room to expand. The final graph that I want to talk about is the regional view by adding another layer, our product vendors. It is a stacked bar chart, so each region total is broken down by which vendor supplied those units. And as you can see, the pattern is consistent across both regions. In both the Tri-State and Chicagoland, we see that Mountain King is supplying the majority of the units, while specific year is contributing less. This stat this stacked format makes the concentration easy to see at a glance. Mountain King is clearly our primary source of units, and Pacific Year plays more of a supporting role. This is important to keep in mind on the supplier side. When a large share of our volume depends on a single vendor across both regions, that's something we want to be aware of as we plan our vendor relationships and we think about the possible risk when teaming up with that vendor. Now, I want to shift away from the charts and move on to the second portion of the project, which is a feature extraction using DAX. This is where we go beyond the standard visuals and build something new. Unlike a normal calculation that works on a fixed range of cells, DAX operates a little differently, and it includes an entire tables and columns in its formulas. What this means that it creates results that adjust automatically as our data grows. Using DAX, I created this calendar table. It spans the two most recently completed years, and I filled in that table with 8 columns. Those include the date, the month name, the year, the month number, the week number, the weekday name, the weekday number, and a workday indicator. And that's really the value of DAX here. It lets us derive brand new attributes and calculations from data that we already have without ever changing the source. That what turns a plain list of data into reusable time dimensions we can use to filter, group, and analyze our sales in much deeper ways. So, bringing it all together, this project displayed how we could take raw data sitting in our Canyon sales warehouse and turn it into an interactive analysis solution. The four charts gave us a clear read on which products, years, regions, and vendors are driving our units sold, all in the format that's easy to interpret in a meeting such as this one. And the calendar table showed how DAX lets us add analytical depth for the time-based analysis. The real value here is that we're converting data into actual business decisions. As we collect more data, we can simply refresh these same visuals to keep monitoring our performances. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm happy to take any questions.